The Congo is famous for being the home of mysterious creatures that live among us, hidden in vast and dense tropical forests that cover half of its territory. This fascinating refuge is home to a world full of enigmas, providing the perfect environment for these creatures to lie unnoticed, waiting to be discovered. Join us as we show you the most terrifying discoveries in the Congo and jungle finds capable of scaring anyone. The giant snake. In 1959, Colonel Remy van Leert of the Belgian Air Force had a strange encounter while flying over the forests of the Belgian Congo. He saw a colossal snake almost 15 meters long with a triangular head and green and brown scales on top and a white belly. The snake lifted its head from him about 10 feet high, as if warning of a possible attack. The colonel, astonished, decided to quickly return to the base to avoid danger. Fortunately, the colonel jumped at the opportunity to document this extraordinary encounter. He used an onboard camera to capture images of the gigantic snake, ensuring proof of its existence. The true origin of this snake remains a mystery. Researchers believe it could be an extremely large African rock python, a hitherto unknown species, or even a descendant of the ancient Eocene gigantopod snake. If Colonel Van Leert's estimate is correct, this massive Congo snake surpasses all known records, revealing the incredible biodiversity and hidden wonders of Congo's rainforests. The vibranium stone. Recently, locals in Manono, Congo discovered strange-looking stones with an intriguing quality. They possess an electrical charge. People started recording and sharing videos about this amazing find, which went viral on the internet. When the stones are rubbed together, they produce powerful sparks, much like a soldering process. In one of the videos, someone manages to light a light bulb with one of these unusual stones. All these stones have something in common. They are dark, almost black, with a shiny surface, and they are probably made of an unknown mineral. Some comic book fans think they are related to the Marvel Comics vibranium, famous for being used in Captain America's shield and the suits of Black Panther and Falcon. However, scientists believe the videos are fake, as the stones are normally unable to release the electrons needed to store and generate charge. Billy's apes. According to Darwin's theory of evolution, humans evolved from monkeys through a gradual process of adaptation and change. Much has been sought for the linchpin of this evolution, known as the missing link, which bridges the gap between apes and humans, proving our common ancestry. Chimpanzees are our closest relatives, sharing approximately 98.8% of their DNA with humans. Recently, an extraordinary discovery was made in the Billy Forest in northern Congo, where a new species of chimpanzee was found that appears to be a mix of gorillas and chimpanzees. These Billy apes are huge chimpanzees that reach up to 180 centimeters tall, exceeding the average height. They are surprisingly strong, capable of overpowering even lions. Unlike gorillas, they do not live with them and have eating habits similar to chimpanzees. The first encounter with these apes occurred in the Billy Forest, when primate ecologist Shelley Williams came across 4 huge males. Instead of attacking, the apes cautiously examined her before retreating. Locals have also noted their distinctive behavior, such as watching the hunters closely and then retreating, as if recognizing them as kin. Scientists are doing research to better understand these unique apes, considering the possibility that they are very large chimpanzees, gorilla-chimpanzee hybrids, or even a new species of great ape. The spheres of Costa Rica. Costa Rica may be famous for many reasons, but you may not know that it is also popular for having a large collection of almost perfectly round stones. To learn more about these stone spheres that can be found all over the Costa Rican landscape, we must go back to the 1930s. At that time, the United Fruit Company was looking for new land to start its banana plantation, which was located in western Costa Rica, near the Pacific Ocean. But when the workers began to clear the dense jungles, they found something strange: stone spheres. It doesn't sound too strange, but let us explain it. Some were only a few inches in diameter, but others were huge. In fact, the largest spheres measured up to 2 meters in diameter and weighed up to 16 tons. But where do these spheres come from, or do they even come from this world? It was obvious that these spheres were man-made because the rocks did not exist in such uniform shapes. The locals quickly began to wonder, and many myths developed to explain the stone spheres. For example, some believe that they were brought by aliens. Others believe that they were related to the lost continent of Atlantis. The scientific study of the stones began in the early 1940s. Since then, around 300 stone spheres have been found throughout the country. Although many of the stones are not perfectly round, they are surprisingly smooth, and scientific measurements revealed that many of them were close to perfect spheres. But the most difficult question to answer is why these stones were made and what their purpose was. Nobody knows for sure. Eels hunt in packs. Electric eels emerge from the riverbeds of South America in the Amazon rainforest to attack their prey with up to 860 volts of electricity, enough to kill a person. Now, scientists have revealed that these snake-like fish don't always hunt alone. In fact, they hunt in packs similar to wolves, killer whales, and some species of tuna. This finding, the first among electric eels, is about to launch new studies to investigate when this social predation among animals evolved. Douglas Bastos, a biologist at the National Institute for Research in the Amazon, who first observed a group attack in 2012, was shocked. The eels, which can grow as large as a broom and weigh up to 20 kilograms, typically hunt alone at night, targeting individual resting fish. He noted that this behavior is not common, not just for freshwater fish, but especially for electric eels. Bastos observed the attack on an expedition while searching for endangered marine creatures in northern Brazil. 2 years later, he returned for a closer look, camping alone in the middle of the Amazon, 5 days by boat from the nearest city, Tef. He filmed hundreds of electric eels in groups of 10 repeatedly attacking small tetra fish in the Urairi River, a tributary of the Amazon River in northern Brazil. That must have been quite a show. The Nazi hideout. A mysterious place found in the Teucua National Park, in the Misiones province of Argentina. This secret shelter, believed to have been used during World War II, was discovered in 2015 by a team of archaeologists who examined 3 ruined buildings in the Argentine jungle. Among the artifacts discovered there were a porcelain plate labeled "Made in Germany" and 5 Nazi-era German coins. According to the expedition team leader, Daniel Shavelson, this small group of buildings was one of the many sites looted by the Nazis during World War II. The Nazis were working on a cover-up project to provide safe havens for top leaders if things went wrong. As a result, they built these inaccessible sites in the middle of deserts, mountains, cliffs, or in the middle of jungles, like the one the researchers discovered. The buildings were clearly designed with safety in mind, with some walls measuring up to 10 feet thick. Have they ever been used? They say that it is very unlikely, and the reason is very, very doubtful. The then president of Argentina, Juan Perón, had an open-door policy that allowed Nazis to resettle in the country. Archaeologists point out that if Adolf Hitler, the man who engineered the Holocaust, was allowed to live happily and freely in Buenos Aires, the chances of other leaders opting for life in the jungle were pretty slim. The Panamanian golden frog. Finding a frog in the jungle may not seem unusual, but the Panamanian golden frog is quite special, according to The Guardian. The world was first introduced to the little golden frog in the 2006 documentary The Frog. Not only was she poisonous, but she also had a clever way of communicating through body language. Researchers filming the frogs for the BBC found that the areas where the frogs lived in mountain streams and deep in the jungle were extremely noisy. Therefore, these little ones developed a complex system of waving their arms, moving their legs and tapping their feet to communicate. Isn't that cool? Unfortunately, according to the Smithsonian, they are critically endangered. As the BBC filmed, the spread of a chytrid fungus was decimating frog populations in the area. Fortunately, the researchers were able to save a small number of the agitated little frogs, hoping not only to find a cure for the disease that was driving them to extinction, but also to increase their numbers and repopulate nature.